this video lesson, I will try to explain the effects of Mars being present in different houses for Aries ascendant and also Mars receiving different influences from various planets. If Mars is the lord of Aries ascendant, it also becomes the lord of 8th house. Before we go into the results of influences of various planets on Mars and also on Aries ascendant, let us see the importance of Aries ascendant first. In any chart, Lagna stands for body and soul. In any natal chart, the ascendant stands for tissues in the body of the native. Here, since Mars is the lord of the ascendant Aries, Aries ascendant represents muscles in the body of the native. Since Aries is the first sign of the natural zodiac, Aries ascendant stands for head of the native in a double tone. First as lord of the ascendant, secondly as lord of the first sign of the natural zodiac. So, in case of Aries ascendants, Aries stands for muscles in the body and also the head of the native. I just now told you that Aries ascendant stands for head of the native in a double manner. And because of that, if the lord of the Aries ascendant Mars is weak and afflicted by multiple malefic entities in any natal chart, the native is likely to suffer from some sort of pain in the head or undergo some trouble in the brain. In such cases, there may also be trouble with regard to the tissues in the body of the native, that is, muscles. I am speaking about Aries ascendant, and if Mars as the ascendant lord is placed in the debilitation sign in 4th house in Cancer without any benefic aspect, it may create trouble in the chest or lungs of the native. In such cases, you need to examine the Navamsa chart and also Shadbala to cross-check the strength of Mars. If Mars is exalted in the Navamsa chart or placed in own signs, Aries or Scorpio, and the Shadbala also shows some strength, such natives may not experience health problems, though Mars is in debilitation. For calculating one's professional interests or for assessing the success rate in profession of any native, we generally depend on 10th house from Lagna. But there is a way to know the likely interests of a native in such matters. For example, there are fiery planets in the Aries ascendant such as Sun and Ketu, provided Mars is also there or in any other fiery sign such as Leo or Sagittarius, the native is likely to engage himself or herself in professions related to electricity, energy, boilers, and fire-related matters. If there are watery planets such as Venus and Moon in the Aries ascendant, and if Mars is also placed in watery signs such as Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces, then the native is likely to take up professions related to water, that is irrigation department, water purification, water supply department, and related fields. If in any chart Mars is weak as Aries ascendant lord, then the longevity of the native would be curtailed to some extent, for the simple reason that Mars also becomes the lord of longevity, the 8th house. So, for Aries ascendants, Mars should be very strong to have good longevity. If Mars is strong in Aries ascendant, the native would be in a commanding position and would like to command everyone at his workplace and also in the family. Such natives would shine in army, police, medical, and related fields. Such natives, besides being very aggressive, could turn out to be great leaders of men and women and great organizers of things. If they are in public life, they would attract large numbers of people towards them. The only problem with such natives is that they would first act and then only think of what they have done. If Mars is present in the Aries ascendant, you can find marks of cuts, bruises, and burn injuries on the forehead of such a native, and the marks could be related to the injuries sustained in the childhood. If Mars is present in the Aries ascendant, the aspect of Mars falls on 4th house, 7th house, and also on the 8th house. Such natives would like to keep their families and mothers very, very happy and would go to any extent to please them. If a strong Mars is present in Taurus in 2nd house or Aries ascendants under benefic influence, such natives would strive hard to earn their wealth through agriculture, minerals, or metals. On the other hand, if Mars is weak and afflicted in the 2nd house in Taurus, they would have bad relations with the members of the opposite sex and suffer financial losses. If Mars is present in the 3rd house in Gemini, such natives would be very courageous and would have very good resistance power and stamina. They would be very, very intransigent to take things to logical conclusion. Such natives would be favorably disposed towards younger siblings, friends, neighbors, cousins, and of course colleagues. If a weak Mars is present in Gemini in 3rd house under the aspect of Saturn or Ketu, such natives would strain their relations with everyone around. They may also have pain in their shoulders, besides having breathing problems. If Mars is present in 4th house in Cancer, that becomes a debilitation for Mars, but you need not worry about it. If Mars is in 4th house for Aries ascendants, you need to check up with Shadbala and Navamsa chart also to find out if Mars is really weak. In the Navamsa chart, if Mars is exalted and the Shadbala also shows some strength for Mars, it means Mars in debilitation zone is in a good condition and it is supposed to give good results in such circumstances. If Mars is strong in the 4th house in Cancer, it will give good properties and happiness to the native and also good health to mother. If Mars is weak in the 4th house and also afflicted, it would spoil the health of the native and the health of the native's mother too. The native may also not be able to accumulate properties. Such natives would be bereft of happiness. If a strong Mars is present in the 5th house in Leo for Aries ascendants, such natives would be very, very happy with their children, families, and also they would look satisfied with whatever they have in matters of wealth, happiness, education, and materialistic wealth. If a weak Mars is present in Leo in the 5th house without Jupiter's aspect, such natives may develop health issues in stomach, besides being unhappy with their children. If a strong Mars is present in Virgo in the 6th house for Aries ascendants, the native will be blessed with a good digestive system and would also maintain good health. In the event of Mars being weak and afflicted in 6th house, the native may develop problems with relation to blood circulation and also muscles and lower abdomen.